Attention passengers, this is your conductor speaking. We are about to arrive at the hesitation station. Please mind your step as you enter the station.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hesitation Station podcast. I'm your host Jay, along with my co-host Tank. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. And y'all guys may have noticed we now have video, so we can see.
Oh my God, I can see you.
Well,
God,
actually,
you're
we
ugly.
can see them. They can. Peach. So, man, how you doing? How's your week been going?
Man, it's been long. I'm glad it's Sunday. I wish I got a 2-day weekend, but that's life.
You know, that's life. You got to make money to pay those bills.
Yeah, because they ain't gonna get paid off my good looks.
I mean, you can get paid off mine. I'm way more sexier than you.
Look. I'm not trying to go into the negatives, okay? I'm broke enough as it is. I'm not
Fair.
trying to owe the IRS any more money.
IRS comes beating on your door.
Yeah, I'm telling him where you live, it's his fault.
Yeah. So everybody, we have a special guest here today. And you may know him if you are from Mississippi. Matter of fact, you may know him if you're not, because he goes to a lot of cons and he networks very well and he does very well for himself. So I feel like you would know him even if you're not from Mississippi. But his name is Kaz-Magic Arts, right? Did I get that right?
No, you didn't. It's Kaz-Magic Studios, good sir.
Oh.
And we're bringing him in right now. What's up, Kaz?
There he is.
Hey, yo, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That was a lot harder.
Well, first off, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, even people that are actually playing both roles right now. And I know it's very tough for, widow fathers, because my stepfather was in that footsteps before, where he was taking care of me and my siblings as we were growing up. So happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Happy Mother's Day. Now, this will air after Mother's Day, but still, happy belated Mother's Day to everybody out there.
Mm-hmm. We're recording it on Mother's Day. So.
God dang tippers.
Well, stop being a mom.
I can't. Somebody has to make sure you stay alive.
That's fair.
Oh my God.
That's fair.
Is there a special relationship I don't know about here?
Yeah, I buy him snacks and he takes all my food.
That's about right. That's about right. Actually, you buy me alcohol and I take your alcohol.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've lost many a bottle because somebody likes to drink it all. Thankfully, it's not the expensive bottles.
So it's a love-hate relationship going on here. Got it.
Yeah, kind of. I love booze and I hate when he takes it from me.
Fair. Anyway, look.
But he loves booze even more than I do.
Who? Me?
You?
No.
Yeah.
Never.
I have memories that say otherwise, sir.
Well, look, would you be comfortable enough to share your real name for everybody?
Oh yeah, of course. It's Frederick Bernard Roseman.
Okay. So what do you like to be called when people see you out at like cons and stuff like that?
To be very honest, it doesn't matter to me at all. Like, of course, my stage name is Kaz, from what most of the audience call me. And of course, when I do go to cons, I do introduce myself as Kaz. My closest friends just call me Fred, or my girlfriend's daughter would call me Frederick, and I'm like, yes. How can I help you? Huh? What do you need? Are you okay? Do you need food? Do you need anything to drink?
You need Chick-fil-A. Got it.
That's when your customer service voice comes out. What can I do for you?
Hey, right, exactly.
So you're a Mississippi local artist.
I am.
How long have you been drawing?
I have been drawing since the age of 5, and that was all the way back in 1989. So yeah, I'm pretty old.
Wait, hold up. You're older than I am?
I'm 38 years old.
You don't look
Yes! Finally, I'm not the oldest.
38. About to be. You're about to be. Getting up there in age, buddy.
There are many things that I'd like to say to you right now, but there will probably be children watching this or listening, so I have to be nice.
Oh yeah, trust me. Whenever I was doing live streams on Facebook, I always try to keep my live streams or my YouTube videos as PG as possible.
Yeah.
However, with my Twitter videos, it's not very PG because there are video games involved. Just like today, my girlfriend and I were playing Diablo, the beta. So,
Oh, for 4?
The new one, yeah.
yeah. There's a beta
snap.
going on right now, and it should be ending by midnight tonight, probably. But yeah, there were like very not so very good English in there because of yeah.
It's like, look here, I'm sick and tired of the snakes on this plane.
Exactly, because video games will definitely make you be much more creative with cuss words and all.
Yeah. I mean, it's to me, it's like playing Monopoly or Uno.
Yeah.
It just draws out all the anger and aggression.
Hey, Tank. Me and you can play Uno when I head back down there and see how well it goes.
No, I'm not playing Uno with you. You take all the green cards.
I'm not Mexican.
I don't know. So, sometimes you look like it.
Sir, I'm hurt.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Look, that
he
man
can cut
takes
that
all
out.
my tacos and all my quesadillas. So I don't know, man.
Now, we do, however, want to ask you this, or at least I do, because somebody probably didn't do any questions that he's supposed to write down.
I have questions, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, then go on ahead.
So you've been drawing since 5, but what made you want to become a content creator? Like, what drove you to this?
That's a very good question. So I was actually doing like if you're talking about like with YouTube and all that, I can definitely tell you. So what made me actually start going the route of doing YouTube is after I had done Mississippi Comic-Con back in 2016. People were asking me about doing YouTube videos of teaching people how to draw, and I took that into consideration. So what I've done was saved up some money with what I made from Comic-Con and bought myself a camera. It wasn't the best quality, but I mean, you got to start somewhere. And was using that to actually do some recording. And of course, I started using my phone more often. Was doing some editing on my phone to actually like get as best quality as possible. So that's what made me actually start doing like YouTube. And I haven't done YouTube in a very good while because, for one, I've gotten very busy with the day job, and it's just that working in the comic book industry has been like takes up a lot of time, and it hinders you from everything else what you have to get done.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're the one that's doing the inking, the drawing, and the coloring. So with me being in the indie comic book company, that's where a lot of my time gets taken up at. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to one day being able to actually get back into doing YouTube videos, because my knowledge has grown so much over the years of what I have learned to do, especially working with big names in the industry now. And I mean like big names with people from like, there's a writer from Doctor Who that I actually did work with, and the only reason why we actually the only reason why we ended up getting work together was because I actually got the opportunity to work with Dacre Stoker, whom is the great grandnephew of Bram Stoker, the writer of Dracula. Yeah, the writer.
I saw your post on Facebook about that, and I was like,
yeah,
holy hell.
Yeah, that's to me is like my biggest highlight of like everything that I've ever done.
Not gonna lie, if I had that opportunity, I would specifically buy a copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula just to have him sign it. Just like I know it's not you, but please.
Well, the thing is that he actually does not mind doing it at all, and he's very, very passionate about getting Bram Stoker's work out there to the audience for everyone to actually learn about it. Like there were things about Bram Stoker that I did not know about until the guy who got me on board to work with Dacre was putting out notes by permission of Dacre to actually do it. And it's so funny because the guy who got me on board to working with Dacre actually did work with William Shatner from Star Trek.
Oh snap!
Yeah, so I mean, like the guy's legit.
So when you say you're getting out there, you're getting out there.
Oh yeah, like it's definitely gotten out there to where I actually got an audience with people from England. I've done a TED talk with people from England now, so that to me that's a huge honor to be able to actually do something like that.
That is awesome. Well, I mean, for one, being from Mississippi, that's a great opportunity, and I hope it grows from there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said during the introduction, like just because you're from Mississippi doesn't mean you haven't heard of you. Like people all around the world have heard of you. At least I think. I mean, dude, I would love to know that somebody in the UK is listening to this. But,
yeah, I know, right?
Shit. So I take that as an accomplishment. Absolutely, 100%. That's a great job, man. You come a long way because, matter of fact, I got this and I want to show everybody on here. Let's see. So this is from 2019. I don't know if y'all really see it.
That looks wonderful.
There we go.
Oh, you still have that?
Yep, I still got it. 2019, and I remember meeting you for the very first time, and I asked you to draw Revan for me, and you gave it to me, and it was awesome. And it is in my autograph binder that I have all my autographs in, because to me, this is an autograph. I can't get this remade. I mean, so I got it in my binder, and it's amazing to see how far you've come. It's awesome. It's a great thing, and I hope you keep flourishing on that.
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the support on that.
Yeah, I remember seeing all your art the first time at the con, and at the time I didn't realize who you were, and nor the fact that you knew my family. But yeah, man, seeing from back then to where you are now, kudos. You have stuck with it, and you have grown exponentially. And I don't see any way but up for you, man.
Really appreciate that. That's. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine, dude. You're good.
He talks a lot as it is, anyway.
So it's so funny that you said that I know your family, because I did meet your wife during my very first Mississippi Comic Con as a vendor. I didn't meet her before that, but I met her as a vendor. And Adam and I go way back to 2011.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've known each other for a hot minute.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, jeez.
Longer than you and I have known each other.
Wow. I didn't even know he knew Adam, to be honest with you. I knew your sister. Like I knew he knew your sister, but not Adam.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny because my girlfriend's daughter was asking her the other day, because I've actually ran across somebody that she knew who used to work with me, and she just flat out asked her mom, like, "How does Fred know everybody?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just have this particular magnet about me that just draws people to me.
I've got this idea that you're kind of like a backyard ninja. You just show up out of nowhere and everybody knows you.
Yes, that's exactly how it works. I stick to the shadows.
I can see that. I swear, if I turn around while I'm here, if I turn around and you're behind me, we're gonna have a problem.
I was just probably just go, "Hello, Clarice."
Oh no,
nope. I have officially pooped my pants. Got to get new boxes.
So I do want to address something about you. Okay.
Okay.
And this is kind of like a question / story time kind of thing. So,
Story time, children.
right. So here's one of the things. Wait, what was that from?
That was from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
No,
Please
you
don't
good.
cancel me because I don't know The Legend of Zelda. Shame. So,
I wish I had a cowbell. Ching, ching.
shame. The question / statement. So I've literally had this. I forgot who it was. It wasn't anybody that we know. I think it was like one of my coworkers at some point. But here's what happened. I followed you on Facebook and Instagram and all that for a long time. Probably the first time I met you back in 2019 when you did that drawing. And I remember looking at Facebook one day and I liked one of your things, and it was Final Fantasy. I'm a huge Final Fantasy nerd, so I liked it, and it was Cloud with Aerith and Sephiroth. It had all the people on it, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I remember my coworker being like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Final Fantasy 7," and he's like, "That's some shit work," and I'm like, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, I mean, look at their faces. Look at how they are." And I'm like, "Well, just because you don't enjoy it doesn't mean I can. You know, I like his work. He's drawing stuff for me. He's drawing stuff for my mom." So anyway, basically what I'm saying, there's going to be critiques like that. There's going to be people that see your work or see your faces on your characters and be like, "Oh, that's just absolute garbage." So in me and Tank's opinion, you're not. So how do you handle that criticism? How do you handle the people that hate on you like that? Do you just brush them off, or do you just cuss them out?
Well, that's definitely something you've learned from other artists. You're gonna have to learn how to take harsh critiques. And to be very honest, I don't consider myself as the best artist in the world. There are a lot of artists that don't consider themselves as the best artists in the world. And there are some artists out there that have more accomplishments than other artists. My thing is that, like my motto always says, imagine the possibilities and embrace them. I try to encourage people to actually be out there and just like do their thing. Like, you've got people out there that are not great artists, but they're still being very successful because of how they interact with other people and how they get their business. And they're just being successful about it. It's about how you handle yourself with customers or how you handle yourself with your fans. Your fans are gonna want to get to know you because of your personality. It's called art appreciation for a reason. Van Gogh may have not been that great of an artist, but he also had very good contrast about his work. And the thing about artists is that, like, yeah, we're all a little insane. Like, yeah, we're all gonna have like some kind of imagination in our head about this and that. We're all gonna have like some kind of mental stability that we got to deal with. That's just part of being an artist. And my thing is, like I said, I'm not expecting for people to actually really like my work. That's one thing I always be worried about when I go to a con. I'm always worried if somebody's gonna actually like my work or not. I just try to be relaxed, like my motherfucker tell me, and just imagine myself being somewhere chill, and it just works out that way. When I'm at a con, I much rather get to know a person instead of them buying my stuff, and that means so much more in the world to me to just get to know the fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going off of that, it's like Jay said, you'll have that one or two people that are like, no, I don't like this. Obviously, as with anything else, there's going to be times where you'll make something or, we'll put out an episode of the show and one person over here will love it. And then somebody over there will be like, no, that's garbage. You're not going to make something that's for everybody. You're always going to have, 5 or 10 people that are gonna be like, no, I don't like that. And it's something that you're gonna have to, learn to deal with. Yeah, it's gonna suck, but letting it come through, processing the emotions and everything, and then moving forward from that. Yeah, it sucks, but don't let that be a step back to knock you down. What is it? Fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Don't take this by any disrespect whatsoever. Okay. That
Now I'm offended.
You'll be all right.
I'll survive.
Yeah. But I don't mean this by any disrespect, though, when I say this. When I first saw your stuff, it didn't catch my eye. You know, I'm just going to be blunt and honest with you. It didn't catch my eye. What caught my eye was your personality. I walked up to your table at the, where was it? It was the con at that library.
Con, yeah.
Yeah. And I walked up, you were just so friendly. You were so nice. We talked. You took out time out of your day at your booth, at your table, to talk to me, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm not very good self-consciously. I'm not confident. So, you know, having somebody there and being like, hey, you know, this is what I do. This is what you see. And then from there, I started liking your art. From there, we became friends on like Facebook and stuff. And this is where we're at now. And I don't regret it. And that's the kind of stuff that most people like to see. Not just your art. You have that personality that people are drawn to. So
your product will bring them in, but your personality and presentation will keep them.
How does that make you feel?
To be very honest, it doesn't make me feel bad at all. Like I said, I'd much rather just get to know the person. Excuse my French, but I care two shits about how much money I walk out with. And don't get me wrong, like it is nice to make some kind of income here and there to be able to actually, you know, for like art materials and be able to pay for your next table at a con or whatever. Yeah. But and truth be told, if a person is stopping by my table just saying hello to me, I just say like a simple hello. And I say, hey, let me know if there's anything at the table that you would like to take a look at, and I'll be glad to help you out. And I mean, some people pass by. That's just something you just have to actually grow into because you're, like I said, not everything's gonna be for everybody. We all could agree on that.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when I did my very first Mississippi Comic Con, I made way more money than I expected to, but I gained a lot more friends than I expected, like just throughout the entire thing. And it was just the fact of me just being the person I am. Like I said, I don't care about how much money I make. I care more about making somebody happy. And that's just my main goal right there, is just connecting with the audience. Because the more you connect with the audience, the more that you're going to actually get people that are going to say, hey, you know, go check out this guy. He's really cool to talk to. And it's so funny because like when I'm doing cons, even when I recently did Louisiana Comic Con, there will be people that will come back to my table because they just want to talk to me because of me just being so inviting to them. Like people will stay at my table for hours just wanting to talk to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that has helped drive your success, because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, make something or do this, that, or the other, and their personality wise is standoffish. You know, it's like, this is, you know, I make this is what I got, buy it. And that's all that they want. And I'm not saying that's bad. You know, if that's your prerogative, go for it. I can guarantee you a good personality and just being like upfront with people and everything, you'll get them in. They'll look at your art. The personality will keep them. And it can only go up from there.
Right.
I think, I honestly think that you're doing very well on that, simply because you got to think, man, I don't know that it may happen, but I'm saying I don't think me and Tank would have ever thought to reach out to you. But then, you know, Adam was like, hey, there's this guy. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we know him. I know him. And then Bear and Beard was like, oh, yeah, I know him. And then, like, you have all these connections that I have not heard one single thing bad about you from Bear and Beard, from Adam, from Kaylin. Shout out to them. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. You're doing something right, is what I'm saying. And you're doing well at it. So, you know, that's a good thing.
Right. And the way I look at it is that, you know, not to try to like get on to like a very tough subject or anything. It's just with the way the world is today, you want to try to remain as humble as possible because, the world is just so harsh. Yeah. And I've learned this from a movie when I was a kid. It was a horror film when I was watching. I think it was She Creature. It was a lady who was a main character, and at the end she said, "The world is full of hate itself." And I was sitting there thinking, like, man, like I think I was like 15 years old or whatever, and this was like after I had lost my birth mom to like breast cancer. I was sitting there listening to her, and I was like, man, you know what? She's probably not wrong. And it's like the older I got, it's like the more that realization actually really hits you. And I'm like, man, like, I don't want to be that mean person. Like, yeah, I may come off as a little bit of an asshole here and there, but the thing is that people tell me I'm a good asshole because what the thing is that I joke with people and I make them laugh. Even at my day job, I make them laugh. Like, I don't know how I do it. It just comes as natural like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, that's
I
how I
promise you.
got now.
We're not laughing at you.
No, we're not laughing. He fell off his chair, and
I saw that.
Dude, so my chair locks in place, and I lay back, and it's just like, no, we're not going to do this anymore.
I saw him leave, and I was like I said, keep it cool, just keep talking. At least
cool. One of us did.
No, I couldn't couldn't do it.
My life flashed before my eyes.
Thank God for video. Aren't y'all just so happy we got on video?
Somebody's gonna rewind it like, somebody clip that. Somebody clip that.
Like,
put it on their Instagram.
An anti-tank missile hit me.
But no, we wasn't laughing at you. We were laughing at Tank's misfortune, so it's okay.
No, you're fine.
I do that every day. That's part of life.
So, what made you start becoming so serious about this? I know you ended up saying that you started when you were 5, but like, when did it click? When did you say like, okay, I'm going to be serious about this. Let me get at it. What happened with that?
Okay, so what really made that drive right there is when I went to Mississippi Comic-Con in 2015, and I've met Stephen Butler, Roland Paris, all those guys that were like in the comic book industry that drew from Marvel and Archie Comics and DC. And then I spoke to this one guy who is a colorist for Hack Slash. His name is K. Michael Russell. He actually does the logo for Pensacon. K. Michael Russell told me himself that he works as something like a particular day job, like maybe a factory or whatever, and he does coloring for Hack Slash for IDW Comics. So that's when it clicked me. I was like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that you were working a day job and you're still being a professional colorist for a comic book company? That's when that click really hit my mind. Like, I can do this. I can totally do this. And I just had that straight drive since then. And that's why I take the time to encourage people that, they can do this. I don't try to discourage anybody from anything. If anybody asks me about some advice for their artwork, I take the time at the con to try to give them advice, even if I'm not like a vendor or whatever. There are people that actually stop me at a con just for me to actually take a look at their artwork, and I don't mind doing it. But also at the same time, I kind of need to have a little bit of fun. Yeah.
It's like, look, if you'll come to my table after I do my rounds and buy things, then we can talk about this.
Right.
I would love to go to a con and just be like, hey, are you Jay and Tank? It's the same thing with the bear.
It's gonna happen, trust me. It's gonna happen.
It's the same thing with the bear. Him and I were talking about that one night, and he says, if someone comes up to me and is like, hey, are you the bear from The Bear and the Beard? He says, I'm done. I'm packing it up. I'm done. I'm like, I could see that. I would probably do the same.
I'm just waiting for that to happen too. Now we are going to try and be at the Mississippi Comic-Con. So if we are able to, and you do end up being able to go, drop by.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You are more than welcome to come hang out.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there on a Sunday because my girlfriend and I, we're definitely going to be going to a wedding that Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's all the way in Oxford, so that's a 2.5 hour drive. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good bit of a drive.
And the funny thing about that is that I'm also the photographer for that person's wedding. I know. And photography isn't my main thing, but I mean, I do offer it for those that actually need like a photographer or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, she's gonna need a photographer, and I did do some decent photography for my one of my brother's wedding back in 2019. So she saw those. She's like, well, yeah, I could definitely use somebody like you to do the photography. And because my thing is that we're good friends, and I at least want to offer her to do something that's like cheap. The only thing I told her, I said, like, look, the only thing I need you to do is just pay for my gas, and that's it.
Yeah.
And she was like, deal.
I got you, boo.
Man, you know how many people would kill for that? Because like
Right?
photographers
Yeah.
are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
would
yeah.
have been like, yeah, gas, got it covered. I'm good.
Look, you pay for my gas and buy me some tacos. I'll take all the pictures you want.
Click. You
Yeah,
just be like,
exactly.
over here, be like Jeffrey Dahmer. I just want to take some pictures.
See, I'm trying to keep it lighthearted.
lighthearted.
You just jumped the creep factor up by 7, sir.
Well, apparently, I have a new nickname now, which is Jeffrey. So I have been called Jeffrey pretty much. You good?
No, what you need to stay in Alabama is what it means.
You good, man? Did you see the?
When you
He's
said
just-
your name was Jeffrey, I was like,
It's like, why? Do I need to
So-
leave the forks and knives at home?
We I have one of our friends in like the podcast group. Her name is Katie, and she tried to figure out my real name because obviously Jay is not my real name, and she's like, "Your name's Jeffrey. You look like a Jeffrey. I'm gonna call you Jeffrey." So now I am Jeffrey.
Everyone knows Jeffrey. He's the bloke down the street.
So then I've just been teasing her the entire time, being like, I just want to take some pictures, or I want to return some videotapes, stuff like
Well,
that.
I'm gonna stroke a furry wall. When the world hands you a Jeffrey, stroke a furry wall.
I love how me and him are just like total silence when you said that.
Neither one of you have seen Get 'Em to the Greek.
I didn't even
No, I
really
never
watch
seen that.
No, sorry.
Sorry, man.
You can take my nerd card if you want to. I don't mind it.
Jonah Hill and Russell Brand were in it, and there's a
Oh,
part where Russell Brand has this massive like joint, but it's got everything known to man in it, and he's like, "Well, what's that called?" "Oh, it's Jeffrey."
Huh? Okay. Cool. Yeah.
hey, listen. Do not start calling me Jeffrey.
No, it started. You done messed up.
Not you. You're fine. You're fine. I'm talking to Tank.
Okay, I had to unzip my lips right there. Just actually said my lips are sealed.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
Oh no, you're good. I totally forgot what I was talking about.
I
It's a
feel
sign
that.
of aging.
You really, Katie? Do you see what you started? Jesus. Anyway,
Calm down, Jeffrey.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is
supposed to
so
be-
nice. It is so
we're s-
nice being
we're
on video
supposed to
now.
be asking him questions. We're not even doing that. Let me ask him. the
What
next
are we
question.
known for? We always take left turns. Nothing
Yeah.
ever goes the way we plan.
If you expect us to be super professional right now, I am so sorry. We are not doing
the
that.
realm of randomness. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure things have become way more random now that I'm actually on board at the moment for today's show.
Yeah,
so.
this has been very fun so far.
It's very fun. I mean, it's kind of like if we are not having fun doing this, then there's just no point in doing it.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what we like doing. We like
The
having
minute
people
it
like you
becomes
on.
work,
Yeah, that's it.
the minute
We
it
like-
becomes work, it's like, no, I'm good, man.
Yeah, we like having people like you on and being able to be ourselves. We're not gonna hide it for anybody. So, we want you to have fun listening to this podcast as well, as much as we like making it. Okay, going.
It's
going
like
off
with
of
your
that.
art, you try to keep the positivity going. If somebody listens to us and they're like dying laughing, or they had a horrible day, and then they listen to us and it's like, oh my god, I love this. and their day gets better, then I'm good. I'm
golden.
Oh
golden.
yeah.
Golden.
That's why I'm
So-
leaving in the hole when I fail. It'll be on
That
here.
was great. That was
unfortunately.
great.
Well, like
It was
like I said, just
10 out of 10.
try to be as humble as possible and just imagine
Yep.
possibilities and embrace it. So I mean,
I love how I called myself Jeffrey and Kaz was like,
yeah, I was like, you built up to it with that last name is. I was like, if I hear a certain last name, I'll hang it up.
it starts with
Like-
a D, everybody.
Like, look, we found him. We found him. He's over there.
we found him. No,
Somebody
I'm
get
just
him. Get him.
Call the cops.
Call the police. I don't know, man. Where I live, they'll be here in like less than a minute because they have nothing
Oh, I
better to
bet.
do. So, dude, I remember that when I lived over in Pearl, I ended up somebody was trying to break into my house. I had 2 break-ins into my trailer. Okay, one of the break-ins, somebody was breaking in, so I grabbed my little rifle. I'm like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
And I called the police. And one police officer comes up, and I told the lady, I was like, hey, I have a gun. Just tell the officer that because I'm not putting it down until they get here. She's like, okay, that's fine. So police come knocking on my door. He walks in, and I'm like, yeah, he was trying to get in through there, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm talking to him, telling him where the guy was trying to get in, right? And I look behind me. Dude, there are 5 more police officers in my kitchen.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, where the fuck did y'all come from? So I go outside and there's 4 more officers.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, dude, Jesus. I mean, I think maybe
They're
3
all
would have been
playing Pearl
okay.
today.
Nope. You're in Pearl. They all coming.
They're like, we have nothing better to do, my guy. So
And Pearl's Rankin County, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I heard how the cops are in Rankin County. So yeah.
Yeah. You best be on your P's and Q's in Rankin County.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I'm just minding my own business. I'm just
just
going here to get a cheeseburger.
Yep.
You guys good? All right, cool.
I'm just going to go get fries. That's it.
Right.
So obviously you do art all the time, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have any like commissions or anything like that people reach out to you for and be like, hey, can you do this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does that happen very often?
Not it doesn't happen a whole lot, but thanks to my girlfriend, she actually has friends in Florida that were looking for an artist, and one guy had me to do 3 t-shirt designs for him. His sister had me to do a logo design for her business that she wanted to get started, and thank goodness my girlfriend is actually the type that has friends in like multiple states because she works as a tech operative for a railroad company.
Nice.
And so she's got friends all the way in Kentucky, and I did a tattoo design for one of them. You probably have seen it. It was the one with the pentagram and the crow underneath it. Or
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that was one of the
That
commissions
was-
right there.
I like
You
that
gotta send
one.
it to me. I have not saw it, so you gotta send it to me.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely show it to you. But yeah, I was very satisfied with how that one turned out. And sometimes my commission is based on like a person's finance. Like the person is a new mother, and children are expensive. So I cut the price for the commission for them. However, the ones that don't have kids or have like a really good business, I ask them like, hey, are you okay with this price or whatever?
Yeah.
And sure, yeah, they're okay with paying me the price that I asked for. I think the most I ever actually asked for is when I worked on Dracula's Bedlam. That I did with Baker Stoker, and it got published from the UK. Wow, I'm sitting here like, wow, I really got published in the UK. Like, wow, like,
Yeah.
wow, that is, yeah,
That's an accomplishment, my guy. Absolutely.
but yeah, I'm sorry, but
no, you're fine, man. You're fine. Keep going.
I was gonna say, I think that's the most expensive commission I have done for anybody so far.
If you don't mind me asking, and you can tell me no, how much
No.
was it?
So, hear me out on this.
Okay.
So with Dracula, I actually got paid $2,300. for working on it.
Dude, I am in the wrong profession.
He was like, "Where's my pen at?"
I could draw a stick figure. Bet.
So I mean, you know, it was my price. I told him $100 per page because I knew who I was working for.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I was telling myself, like, do not mess this up. This is Bram Stoker's legacy. I was telling myself I would chew your ass out if you mess this up in any kind of way whatsoever. And I was like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So I was also under contract with them too. So however much, you know, people like, or however much sales we make, yeah, I get royalties to it. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
So it's really funny because working on Dracula, the first part of the story I've made was under John Peel. He actually does writing for Doctor Who, and he's actually a very well-known novelist or writer. He's actually very well known. So do any of you remember the cartoon James Bond Jr.?
Yeah.
He actually did some writing for James Bond Jr.
Really?
Yeah. Like, no shit. Like, I was like, my dude, like, I used to watch that so much as a kid. So I flipped out even more. I was like, I really love that cartoon. So
yeah, you're just making connections left and right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I think you're doing very good about it.
Well, I'm trying to. I mean, of course, I am still working my day job. And of course, being an artist is not very easy. Don't let anybody tell you that it's a very easy profession. Yeah, some people, like, they have the opportunity to be able to actually go out to, like, multiple places. And of course, like, people are wanting fan art. Yeah, a lot of people want fan art, but what do they want from you? What do they really want from you? Do they want you to do tattoo designs or what? Like, you don't know exactly what they're looking for. So that's why I'm, like, out there, like, you know, going to multiple cons as much as possible, trying to get my name out there. Getting something with the UK is, like I said, like the best thing that's ever happened to me because it landed me to be able to do a TED talk with them, and you know, it's just what I charge. Yeah, I do have a set price, and it's based on, like, my experience, how much I actually know, and how long I've been doing it. I don't try to do, like, you know, getting paid this certain amount by the hour. That's not me. Some people would do that because they do it as a daily living process.
Yeah.
But me, I do have a set price of, like, how much I actually charge people. So far, the highest price I charge for anything, and I know, Jay, this is back then when I was like a nobody. You know, you got lucky and all too. So, but like the most I charge right now for, like, my price is around like $350. Yeah, that's why I say you got lucky now. You got
I'm
lucky.
glad I found you back then.
Yeah, right.
But then you got guys like Art Germ. Like, Art Germ is like, when I say, like, he's good, I mean he is good. He does work for Marvel and DC. So you try to get a commission from him, like, that's gonna be at least about 4 paychecks of yours.
Is that what you are right now? Like, that is exactly what you are, is $300 or more?
Yeah, that's like my starting. Okay, so like my starting price starts around like $150, or like if it's like something like a simple sketch, like it's gonna be double digits or whatever. But like I said, it really depends on the person and what's going on with them, because I do try to base it off your finance and what's going on with you. Like, if you had surgery, like, I try to take the initiative. Like, you know what, they really got this surgery going on. I definitely understand that they got a newborn. The baby is way more important than the prices of what I'm setting out right now. So I try to be as lenient as possible. I probably shouldn't be talking about all that, but at the same time, I mean, it's my business. I at least want people to know, like, hey, this is how I work. Like, I'm more concerned about you being able to take care of that baby right now.
I'm just a broke guy. I haven't had any surgery or anything. I'm just broke. So,
but see, it's a plus if you do that. Because like a lot of the people out there have, you know, their set fees and, you know, their hourly rates and all that, and they don't care about, you know, what situation you may be in, you know, and you know it is what it is, you know, that may be the way they make their living, and if that's how they have to do it, you know,
of course,
that's what they got to do. But being able to, I guess, give back is a huge plus. Anyone. You know, because somebody may see, you know, a drawing you did or a comic you did, or may have like a memorial for a family member that they want done, you
Right.
know, and it's nice that you have options that people can, I
Yeah.
guess, look at, you know.
Yeah. I will say this. So people are gonna get mad about this because he just was like, yeah, I charge $300 for, minimum 150. So y'all don't hate me for this, but so when I met him, when I met Kaz over at
Recon.
RidCon, yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're good.
When I met him at RidCon, I asked him to draw the Revan, and then my mom is in AA. She has been 25 years sober, I think. I'm sorry if I messed that up, but yes, she's very vocal about it. She knows, she does not hide it. So she wanted something for her birthday. She celebrates her sobriety date. And I was like, I don't know what to get her. And then I ran into him again and I was like, hey, man, so can you draw something for me? And he drew the AA symbol with her sobriety date. And I think you charged me like $30.
I think it was 25. I can't remember.
Or 25.
Yeah.
It was under 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely under
Which
50.
is great. Yeah. And I just want you to know she absolutely loves that piece of work, and she has
that's
it
one of my
hung
favorite
up.
drawings I've done for you.
Yeah, she loves it, dude. She still has it up in her office to this day, and puts it up very proudly, and she loves it. Like when I showed her, she was in love with that art. So
that's great. I'm glad that she's enjoying that.
Yeah, definitely. Probably couldn't do that again because
Sorry. Sorry.
Kaz is like, yeah, you know what? $150 for that.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, you get what you pay for, you know.
Oh yeah, you definitely
dude.
get what you pay for. Yes.
Oh, dude. Honestly, if I would have went to Kaz for that, it probably would have been more than 25 because you got to see it. Like, I'm serious. The way he detailed the symbol and the way he did the shading with the date
wash,
yeah, like, dude, it's awesome. It was well worth more than 25. I can tell you that. So, in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, no, I appreciate that. But no, like I said, I do charge based on like my experience and how long I've done things. And that's just the way I work right now. Yeah. Like yeah, when it came to Dracula, like yeah, I said $100 per page, because like yeah, like you know who you're working with and you know what kind of work you're gonna be doing. So I made sure that I took a whole month off when it was getting close to the deadline because there was no way in the hell I was gonna be able to actually finish that comic when it came to the second part of it. Because the first comic I did was like 8 pages, and it was for John Peel. And of course, it's Dracula's Bedlam. The second one was 14 pages, and it was dealing with Renfield. Yeah, you know Dracula's familiar.
Yeah,
and that one was going to be much more detailed. So yeah, like I was looking like, man, as much detail I'm putting into this, and the way I'm coloring this, I said this is going to take a while. So I made sure that I took an entire month off from my day job. I was even listening to not podcast, but the audiobook of Dracula, and I was listening to other audiobooks that Bram Stoker had worked on, like the Cult of the White Worm. I was doing all those kind of research to make sure that I actually nailed that book as good as I could, especially since I was doing it in color. If I had done it in black and white, yeah, it probably would have taken a little bit shorter time. But yeah, I was pulling overnighters, and I mean, I was falling asleep at my computer trying to get that thing done. There were certain times where, like, Dacre had told me to, like, go back and, like, straighten this out. And of course, there was one page that took me all day, and I figured it was going to because I said, I bet this is going to be the most critical part of the page or of the comic. And it was drawing Castle Dracula. It was that part right there.
Yeah.
It was a road leading to it. So when they got to that part where it said get in contact with Chris McCauley is the guy who's the co-creator of the Stokerverse. That's what we got going on right now. Everybody's got the Stokerverse going on. Like when I say like it's the Stokerverse, like they got a D&D style book that's that they did a Kickstarter for, and it's been fully funded. It's going to be released very soon.
Nice.
They got audio books with Claudia Christian, who is a well-known actress from the 80s. She did Maniac Cop and Arena. She did quite a good bit of films with Jean-Claude Van Damme as well.
Yeah.
In the audiobook, the guy who voices Dracula is the same guy who did Kane from Legacy of Kain.
Oh, snap.
Soul
Reaver?
Yeah.
Dude, Soul Reaver was my jam.
Oh, I thought you meant the wrestler. Oh, my bad.
No, not he's talking about there was the game that came out on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I
and it had no, because that game messed me up, man. It had like when you bought it, you open it up, and you would look at the disc, and at the bottom of the disc it said something along the lines of, "For something truly horrifying, turn disc over," and you turn it around, and it's a reflective surface, so you see yourself.
Damn. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, I was like, ain't that a way to get burned by the gaming company?
Right. It's like, hey, you're ugly. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they're lucky I loved that
That's
game.
That's rough, my dude.
Or as Zuko says, that's rough, buddy.
I was like, you are lucky this is one of my favorite games.
You would have broken if that was the case.
Yeah. Like, what in the world? But dude, I played that game so many times.
Oh, dude, I love that game. Yeah, well, I played it, but when he said Kane, the first thing that popped in my mind was the
wrestler.
Kane,
No.
Yeah,
that guy.
Jacobs.
So this is a question more for me because I've always been curious about this. So I've watched a couple of your live streams. I've talked to you in your live streams when I lived in Mississippi. And one of the things I really wanted to know, so when you draw, you have on like this gambit looking glove thing.
Oh,
what is that? What is that for?
So this right here, this is a drawing glove. This is what you're talking about right here.
Yeah.
So this is for when you're either drawing on paper, you won't leave like smears, or the ink won't graphite won't get on your hand.
Oh.
But when you're actually drawing on like what's right here, which is my pen display, you won't have your bare hand on the screen, and you can be able to actually move your hand across with like no problem trying to do some sketches and all.
Nice. Okay.
See, yeah, so that's what this is for.
See, for all you artists out there, I cannot draw. I draw a stick figure, so I didn't know what that glove was made for.
Just so you know, you can make anything out of just a damn stick figure, all right?
Have you not seen all the stuff like what is it? Stick figure Death Theater and
Zio 3, yeah.
Like, so
you can do some amazing stuff with stick figures.
Your stick figure could be potentially worth millions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
Sorry. I will tell you that because by the time this comes out, all the videos of your flyers and stuff will be out already. Okay. So I will tell you that one of your videos is me drawing a legit stick figure to get as close as possible to your drawings as I can, and then I hit the phone, and then it transitions to your drawing and comes up.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I mean, dude, I've learned so much since starting this podcast because like I really had no initiative to do it. There was no point. I wasn't a content creator. I didn't really care. So now I'm learning transitions. I'm learning how to put stuff in. I'm learning how to extract music. I'm learning a lot of things. And I learned how to do that with your drawings. And I'm like, yes.
Well, I'm glad it was some way helpful.
Yeah. So
who knew this would be a learning experience?
All right. Who knew? I showed Tank. The only thing that I did not like about it was that it was short. Like, because the music I put with it was like 10 seconds. And I kind of wanted it to be longer. That way they can see your art and be like, he has good art. I'll go check out that podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm smelling brownies, and that's making me hungry. They're making brownies.
You're always hungry. So let me ask you this. I know you do like inking and all that, but do you have anybody that helps you, or do you do everything by yourself?
So since my girlfriend is into crafts and all, so she started to get into doing like Tumblr designs or printing on tumblers.
Yeah.
So she's asking me to do some designs that will actually go really good for a tumbler. And there was one that I've done recently with a geisha. That one ended up getting a lot of views from people, and they were telling me how professional it looks. They really fell in love with that design, so that's gonna be one of the designs that's gonna actually go on the Tumblr.
Nice.
So she's developing a team with me. She calls herself Kaz-Magic or something like whatever it is. I think that she's just trying to like get it to both to like be incorporated together. But yeah, I think her stuff is like Possess Ink. What I do like the t-shirt designs for my own stuff. So that's the only other person that I'm working with right now. Anything else, everything else I do myself, like the whole coloring and sketching and all that. Like I was even getting to a point now of where like my art has gotten better now compared to back then, of where I was learning techniques from guys that had worked on Diablo and other people like Adam McDuff. Adam McDuff I loved listening to because to me he's like the new age Bob Ross. He talks about when I say new age Bob Ross, like I mean like I cried on one of his videos because he's such a caring person, and that he's so humble when he talks, and he talks about his experience of life and a lot of things. Like even when the whole thing with Ukraine was going on, like he took time. He wouldn't even like showcase his work on anything. He read a letter that a fan sent to him from the UK, and he just took a moment to actually talk about it. And during that video, he cried because he was fighting for that person's life of what they're having to go through. Yeah. When I say Adam McDuff is amazing, he is amazing to listen to, and it's so funny because I actually mentioned his name to a guy from Certifiable Studios. Yeah, he actually agreed with me that he's definitely a new age Bob Ross. Yes.
I will.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
I will tell you, one of the people that I met that was super nice, super sweet. Is probably about the closest I've met to Stan Lee. His name is Joe Quesada. I don't know if you know who that is by any chance.
I don't think I do.
So Joe Quesada he works for Marvel. He does editing. I think he does some comic book work. He does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of stuff for Marvel, and I didn't know who he was, and I met him at Nashville when I went up with a buddy of mine, and we went over there and met him. He was super cool. He was super nice. You just wouldn't think he would work for a big company like that. You would think he would work for, something small, like he's his own vendor, but no. He was very nice. Signed 2 comic books for me, and I had a great time meeting him.
That's good. That's really cool.
I like how he says a buddy of mine when it was probably me.
No, it was Chris.
You going to Nashville and not taking me? You know I like Nashville.
I think you moved. I want to say. I think you moved to a different state. I think that's when you were in Alaska.
Oh wow, you lived in Alaska for a while?
Yeah, not too long.
Oh,
I moved up there and was working at a resort. I want to go back. It was wonderful. But then I got a job offer. I ended up getting a job offer back down here that made an ungodly amount of money, and was like, yes, I will take it. But yeah, no, if I ever get the chance, I'm going back to Alaska.
Be like, peace.
Right. Don't blame you.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a felony and you live there for I think a year at a minimum, they start paying you.
Hey, yo, Alaska, hit me up. I don't have a felony.
Move up there. Stay up there for a year at least. I think it may be less than that, but I want to say it's a year. And then they'll start. You'll get a yearly check. Just don't ever get a felony, and you'll be good.
I can do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Definitely do that. 100%.
My stepfather was a cop anyway, so.
Okay. Well, he's fine. He's fine.
Like, you can't do bad even if you wanted to.
No, I can't.
I told Tank we're going to My Hero Con in about 3 weeks?
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
I told him
2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
I think
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah. I told him if I go over there drunk, you're gonna have to bail me out because that's what's gonna happen. And I'm like, you got bail money, my guy? He's like, dude, I barely got rent money.
It's like, no. If you get locked up in Birmingham, you're staying there. I'm sorry. I can't do anything for you. I mean, I might be able to get my brother-in-law and put him on the corner because everybody would pay to see a Hobbit. But other than that, I have you own your own, dog.
Wow. I'm sorry, guys.
It is what it is, but it's okay. But yeah, I'm dude. I'm a huge fan of Monica Rial. I think that's how you say her name. Rial, Rial, something. Anyway,
I've heard that name. Yeah, I've heard that name.
Yeah,
before.
she plays Bulma from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to meet her for 3 years. And the first year she came with, I think, Chris Sabat, and didn't get to meet her because at the time I was going through a divorce. I was going through a divorce. And then the second time she came to Anime Fest, and I ended up not having the money because I lost my job. And then the third time, I just didn't even go, at all, because it was just like I have no money, and I don't like going to cons without money because I like to buy stuff and get autographs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to meet Monica Rial this time. I do not care if I have to jump over Tank to meet her. I'm going to meet her this time.
Okay, so have you met Christopher Sabat though?
Yes, I've met him twice.
Okay, cool.
He was so nice. He's
a really nice guy. He is.
I'm really scared to meet Sean Schimmel simply because I heard some things about him.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, me and Tank kind of have the same mindset with that. As long as we get our autograph, it is what it is.
Yeah, because everybody's human in their own way. Everybody's got their own agenda of what they're gonna do. My thing is, just take it with a grain of salt if you have to, and just move forward because not everything's gonna be a great experience, and you're gonna have a much better experience with somebody else. Right. And I would definitely say the most humble celebrity I've met is Ernie Hudson. When I say he was so down to earth and humble, when I just told him that my mother figure just said hello, he said, "Well, tell your sweet mother I said hello." And I was like, "Hey, that's cool." Because I didn't have money to get a picture with him or anybody at the time. And Rochelle Davis, who played Sarah from The Crow, allowed me to sketch in her sketchbook, and she just got a picture with me because she was just so nice and so loving that day. I felt the love from her, man. I was like, I love this. So it was really cool.
Yeah,
it's we just went to, was it Huntsville? Mm-hmm. We just hit Huntsville, the expo not too long ago, and talking about humble and everything. My guy, we ran into, not ran into, but we met Almer Katz, who played Max from Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah.
And then Vanessa Shaw, I think is her name, was the female lead in Hocus Pocus. And then we met Binks from Hocus Pocus as well. And dude, all of them simply sweet.
They're all
people.
very nice. They're all
a beautiful soul inside and out.
I got to meet him only because he was like, "Yeah, me and my co-host," and then he was like, "Come here." I'm like, "Me?"
This is my co-host. He doesn't talk much in person.
It was so nice to meet him.
They were all at Louisiana Comic Con last year, and then this year at Louisiana Comic Con they had the Bullies, and they had the young Bella sister, the redhead one. They had her as a guest this year too. I think the one who played Max, he was there last year. He was there last year. And Binks, who also is Max from a Goof Troop, yeah, he was there last year as well. Got a chance to see Christy Swanson. The coolest thing that has ever happened to me recently, and I'm gonna have to show this.
All right, let's see it.
So this is, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
So this was actually signed by the Shredder, April O'Neil, Ken Scott, who was Raphael, the martial artist for him. He did movies for Billy Blanks. The voice actor of Leonardo, the voice actor of Michelangelo. Yeah, so this is the coolest thing that has happened to me, like, ever, to get all of them to sign just this one right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Be jealous.
We're gonna have to talk. I'm gonna need that, my guy. I got the perfect spot on my wall for it.
I was saying to myself, like, man, like, if I ever like really get in a bind and I have to sell something, I'm definitely gonna have to try to sell that for like buku's amount of money.
Oh, I can guarantee you'll get a good.
No, he wouldn't get a good penny because it has his name on it. Isn't that how that works?
That don't mean nothing. You can take your name off of it. Very gently.
Oh, the thing is, they say 2 cars. I didn't sign that. They did.
See, the way I see it is, if it has your name on it, then you're more than likely not being able to sell it. You know, that's just me.
Well, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to, but it would be very easy to take your name off of there. If push came to shove and you really needed the money, you would be able to do that without leaving any permanent damage on said item.
Are you speaking from experience, Tank?
Maybe. You know, there might be an item or two that I regret selling over the years, but
I know there is. I know there is.
Bills don't wait for nobody.
No, unfortunately.
So
not.
what he's referring to so majestically, I had a Dragon Zord and a Dragon Dagger that I bought and got signed by JDF, and then I fell on hard times and had to sell it. And I was like, I hate this. But like I said, bills wait for nobody.
Right.
I love
how
then
he passed away, and now I'm sad.
Now it's the sad boys. I love how we're mainly like got him on here. We got Kaz on here, and we're over here talking about Comic-Cons and shit. We need to ask this man questions.
This is your fault. This is what I was talking about. We take left turns. We are the NASCAR of podcasts. There you go, breaking things. That's why we can't have nothing nice.
No, we can't have anything nice because you.
No, I'm not the one. So anyway, what if you hadn't gotten into art and hadn't started, being a creator, an artist, comic book artist, and all that, what do you think you'd be doing right now if you didn't go that route?
Oh man, that's gonna be a sad story.
That sigh was very sad.
See, that would cause me to have to turn off the light and have nothing but just like the little
just get a little candle, just like
this light right here, and I'm like, all right, so let me tell you exactly what I would be doing if I was not doing comics.
Hello,
that'd be
darkness, my old friend.
Yes, it'd be a dark story after that.
It's like, sorry, children, we have to be rated R right now.
Yep. It's time for adulting.
Yeah, I think if I weren't to be getting into comics or anything like that, I would be pursuing being a manager of a restaurant. And yeah, I really have no desire of doing that. I'm so glad that, meeting those guys at Comic-Con really gave me that push to actually get out there. And my mother figure, who's actually not here anymore, she was so supportive. And I came home from work every day from that day job and went right to my computer because that ended up being my second job. I didn't neglect my house duties or anything, but she literally told me, no, go focus on that because I want you to be able to actually do well. And you know what? I when I got published in the Jackson Free Press, I made sure that I actually mentioned her in the in the article that I was getting an interview for. Because she has been my biggest cheerleader, other than my auntie and my girlfriend and all. But my mother figure definitely really wanted me to continuously have that drive, as she did everything that she could to teach me how to run my own business, because her grandfather taught her how to run a business when she was a child. So everything what she learned from him, she passes on to me, and she told me that I would make her grandfather very proud for how well I'm doing. Oh wow! I wasn't expecting
Wait,
that.
we can do sound effects. When can we do that? Wait a minute.
That was awesome.
That actually is a really touching story, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I know. I remember. I remember seeing the post about her passing, and my condolences for that. I know that hit you hard.
It
but
was. I took 2 weeks off of my day job. I just could not be around people.
yeah, I mean, it's what is it? Out of adversity, you find the true beauty in things,
Mm-hmm.
and to see how you've grown after that, and how things have expanded in the way that that you've gotten your name out there and gotten the connections and everything that you have. It's honestly, to me, is truly inspirational.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I can totally agree with that.
I mean, it even hit Adam hard, because Adam even looked up to her as like his second mom. So
Yeah.
Adam and Kaylin both were there with me when we said our goodbyes to her. Her son and I were dumping her ashes in the river. So big shout out to Adam and Kaylin for that. And like I said, Adam and I go way back. So
Yeah, I told them when we and you first started talking, like long before we started doing this, I was like, yeah, man. I got up with Adam and Kaylee. I was like, yeah, I'm talking to Kaz and da da da. And Adam's like, oh, I've known him forever. I just died laughing.
Well, his family has been very good to me too. So
I will say this, she's not all the way dead, because you carried on what she taught you. You carried on the things that she has showed you, the support, the love, the care, the artwork. I mean, maybe if you just quit art, I think maybe she would be, but I don't think you're going to do that anytime soon.
No.
Yeah. So, and you have carried on that. And even if you did quit artwork, now that I think about it, I don't think she would be fully dead either, because dude, you have the personality, you have that glow, and it works for people. So don't ever think she's fully gone. You have done well, you're doing well, you got those connections, you're able to do things that you probably didn't even imagine that you could do.
Yeah,
to be honest, because it's the same way with us. We did not think we would get this far with this podcast.
Right.
So,
not at all.
Yeah, it's amazing of what you can do with your possibility, and that's why my model is what it is. It's just amazing of the things that can happen to just anybody, and that's why I just say embrace it.
Yeah.
So
just, I mean, it's like I say, man, things always have a way of working themselves out. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and there's always going to be something that's going to come up and try to put a stumble in your path. But if you try to keep a positive mindset, which I know is insanely difficult in today's day and age, but if you keep your mind right and have at least one true supporter, the sky's the limit.
Oh yeah,
there's no telling what you can do.
Yeah, I plan to go to the universe.
Yeah. Straight up, if I die, I'm gonna come back and haunt your ass, Tank.
Oh, I was gonna say wait, not me.
No, not you. I'm
gonna pull out the Ghostbuster 9000, sir.
I'm gonna mess with him so bad. I'm gonna go over to his place and be like, just close doors as he's going into the room, and just close it in his face. And he's like,
make me get the priest.
He's gonna be like, Jay, I know that's you, and then I just start blowing out fucking lights and shit.
This is the 33rd light bulb this week.
Start throwing dishes out of the sink and opening up drawers. Tank's like, damn it, Jay. Who Who are you paying to do
Nope.
all this?
Exorcist. I will get an exorcist. I love you, but no.
No.
You're a pain in life.
Oh, buddy, I'm way past the whole cussing thing. By the way,
Hey,
you're just gonna have to put explicit right there on the stuff.
Yeah, because I said some words too. So.
Adult words used. Listen with your own caution.
Right.
My bad. I was startled, I believe.
You're good, man. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Well, we got a sailor in here, and then I've cussed since I was like, 9. So it is.
I mean, it's not like we're pulling up pictures of atrocious things. You know,
oh yeah,
it could be a lot worse.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
No, we don't.
Just as long as we don't get flagged for his face, I think we'll be okay. Ah.
Man, I am being bullied. Dude.
No. Calm down, Jeffrey.
Now you're starting to sound
Oh
like
my
God. Cause let me tell you something, man. So we did a podcast, or we did a episode with the Bear and the Beard, right? Great episode, by the way. 99% of that fucking episode was Tank, Bear, and Beard picking on me the entire time. And I'm like, what did I do?
He just made it too easy, man.
Oh, man.
I'm just like, man, dude, I'm so
sorry.
Well, I definitely need to hit up the Bear and the Beard and see if they want to get me on one of their other podcasts. I know I've done one podcast with them where we were at the library and it was getting close to Mississippi Comic Con, and we were talking about literature for kids. Mm-hmm. And of course, I said a few words, but I've never actually had a chance to actually like get on a complete podcast with them. I'm guessing because of like scheduling of like how when they're doing things and when I'm doing things or whatever.
Yeah,
they're putting a lot of weekends. I'm over at my girlfriend's too, so.
So it lucked out that we got you on here first.
Yeah, definitely.
Take that, guys.
Oh no! But you can definitely tell them. You can definitely tell them how much of a great time you guys have definitely had with me on the podcast. Because even
I hope we're not being too unprofessional, because I know we asked you a few questions and then we just keep turning left and then turning right and then going down. We're going every direction but up.
Fun with this podcast as much as possible. That's what the whole thing is about, right? Is having fun and enjoying what you're doing.
Exactly.
So I'm having a great time.
It's like I said, when it turns into work, that's when I lose interest.
Exactly.
If we're just cutting up and having a great time and we do the interview while we're doing this, we're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
I've seen so many podcasts on YouTube, like with Residents of Evil and all of them, and it's work, but at the same time, they cut loose. They have fun sidetracking on like a couple other stuff too. So I mean,
exactly. I mean, it's like we said, personality will draw them in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm looking at the recording time and it says 1 hour and 21 minutes. Didn't even realize it's been an hour.
I looked at it when it said 1:10. I was like, ooh, hello.
Hello, time. How are you doing today?
Time is a construct that we have created that we do not need to worry about.
No, we definitely don't need to be worried about that.
So I think one last question, at least for me, Tank might have a couple more. But the last question I have is, do you plan to quit anytime soon?
No.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there are times where I'm getting like a little discouraged and I get a little depressed because, I want my artwork to be able to actually get somewhere. But at the same time, I'm just telling myself, like, don't worry. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I mean, you will get stressed out here and there trying to get something done. Like with the comic book stuff, like I said, that takes a lot of time up from like my other personal projects. But keep going. Don't lose that drive that you got. You're doing very well, and there are people out there that actually want to see you, and that you really want to continuously explore. Like, yeah, you may not absolutely get to where you want to be, but the thing is that, like Bruce Lee said, go with the flow like water, and that's what I plan to do.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you got 2 loyal followers right here. I mean, I've known you only since 2019.
Yeah, like 5 years now. So yeah,
5 years, and I still follow your stuff on Facebook. I still have your drawing. I still tell people about you. I mean, at least for me, Screw Tank, I am a loyal follower. So.
Don't be booing me.
You lucky I can't figure out how to do this. Oh wait, that's because he's admin. Oh,
Gotcha.
So
Now, all right, for real though, I do have one question. All right, so we know you've got your day job, and then you do, everything with the comic book inking and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine that leaves a lot of free time, but if you get free time or whenever you have a moment to yourself, what do you like to do? Like, what hobbies you got, or
video
like
games? Definitely video games, and I do hang out with my girlfriend on the weekends. I mean, we didn't hang out this weekend, face to face, but we did hang out playing Diablo 4 beta online, and that's been fun. But she got sidetracked and forgot that she was supposed to work last night.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that she's okay because she's working tonight right now. She picked up some hours to help out somebody. So she got sidetracked, and I was like, man, I should have not told her about the open beta happening this weekend.
I'm so sorry.
Well, she said she would have jumped on anyway, and she would have found out. Yeah. But like today, I was hoping to actually take her out for Mother's Day to be able to go eat somewhere. But she wanted to play Diablo, and I was like, okay, we keep playing that. And then, of course, I forgot that I forgot about the whole podcast thing, but then I got confused about it too. So I was like, I thought it was next Sunday. So I didn't know how it was working out for you guys, but I'm glad that somebody messaged me. When Jay called, I was actually asleep, and I just heard something go, well, yeah, what's going on? Like I had just ate something. I was just knocked out in my chair when I was sitting there right now. So
got that.
I'm glad somebody caught my attention.
Yeah, I asked Tank. I was like, "Do you want me to go ahead and give him a call?" He's like, "Yeah, reach out to him." Because if you didn't answer, then we were just gonna be like, "Well, I guess we'll figure out something." But
yeah,
I'm glad
I probably would reschedule or something because I totally just was confused about the whole thing. So, like I said, my apologies.
Hey, we're glad you're on here. I'm having fun this episode.
I do have one more question that I want to ask.
Okay.
So you've got a lot on your plate between work and then the comic and everything. I know, we did an interview last week, and we talked to a buddy, and he, hangs out with family, plays video games and all that. How do you keep yourself from being burnt out? Because I imagine with everything on your plate between work and the comic, inking, coloring, and all that, you've got a lot to do, and it takes a lot of time. Yeah. So how do you keep it fresh?
So that's actually very good that you asked that, because there were times where, before I got into the relationship that I am in now, I was getting burned out, and I was doing little scribbles here and there to try to keep at it, just to try to not lose my skill or whatever. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna be doing some stage designs from Diablo that I saw that were really badass looking. I'm gonna be doing it in studio. But my girlfriend definitely keeps me from burning out. That's why I go to her place during the weekends. And of course, I'll bring my little sketchbook with me and try to find a little spot to draw. But then her bed becomes way too damn comfortable, and I'm knocked out.
Spontaneous nap time.
Right. And she's like, you're gonna fall asleep anyway. I was like, yeah.
We're sitting there gonna fall asleep.
We're wanting to watch a horror film, and I'm dead asleep trying to watch the horror film. She's like, I'm trying to sit there poking me and trying to keep me away. I'm like, but your bed's so comfortable.
I've literally I kid y'all guys not, I've talked in my sleep before to
She
where
said,
like, oh dude, mine was like, so my wife will be like, hey, let's watch a Christmas movie. I'm like, sure, let's watch a Christmas movie. We watch a Christmas movie and I get knocked out. But in my subconscious, I know that she wants me to watch it. So I'm asleep, but I'm talking about the movie like I'm still awake. She's like, hey, this is a nice song. I'm like,
I love it.
I love it.
Well, there was one time where she was over here, staying for a little bit as her house was getting fixed up that she's in because she was having floor problems.
Mhm.
And of course, I think I was on the outside of the bed because usually I'm the one who's like getting up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom all the time.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing that has happened, she's behind me against the wall. I'm asleep and I wake up growling. I was going like, and then I'm like a dog or something. And she just looked at me like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I have earthly no clue of what I was growling at. I'm so sorry."
The chipmunk has taken over.
Yeah, like I
Can't
don't know
help it.
what I was dreaming about that night.
Apparently, you were a dog at some point in time during your dream.
But see, the thing is, like, when somebody messes with me in real life, I actually growl at them. Like, one of my bosses, she's such a sweetheart, and of course, like, she has like trouble at work sometimes too. But like, somebody else come in that we both know, and of course, I talk smack with the other person, and she said, "Well, shoot, at least he talks smack to you. All he does is stare at me." Yeah, I mean, that's what I do.
You should have heard what me and my buddy Will said when we worked at the you know where Middays Wine and Spirit is, right? Over
Yes.
at yeah. So he also worked there. Tank also worked there at one point in time. And me and my buddy were like, let's come up with something whenever somebody comes in. And at the time, that's when the Ugandan Knuckles meme was like hilarious and big. So when people came in, we're like, "Welcome to McDash Wine and Spirits,
Oh my god!
where we find the way to your taste buds." And we only did that to our regulars, but it was hilarious.
Dude, I died laughing the first time they did it because I came into work and they hadn't told me about it. And then one of our regulars comes in and Will starts it off and Jay chimes in with them. And I'm just like, what the hell are y'all doing? And then then I heard, and I died laughing.
Yeah. So that's what we do. But yeah, you got any more questions, Mr. Tank?
Actually, you know what? No. Yes. I have one
Okay.
more. One more. And this, I promise.
What size pants do you wear? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my!
I'm
Why
just
are
kidding.
you trying to get all up in the man's business? Like, what are you? What has Alabama done to you?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Nothing.
I don't want to know. I'm good. So we talked about how you keep from getting burnt out. We talked about all the work you do for the comics and everything. Where do you get your inspiration from? Like when you start a project, or it's been a long time working on something. What keeps you inspired?
Guys like you, like
Oh.
seriously, the fans is what keep me going.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
no
being
joke.
cliche or anything like
No,
that.
not being
for
cliche
real.
at
Yeah.
all. Like, I'm being for real because I'm not kidding. Like, when I go to cons, and especially when I return to Mississippi Comic Con, people know who I am, but I literally tell them that I came back for them because just because of me being an inspiration to them, they're also an inspiration to me, and I'm 100% dead serious about that. Like, yeah, I do have like artists that I look up to that inspire me, but I mean, for real though, like the fans really keep me going.
Yeah.
That's always nice to hear.
Yeah.
Most of the time when people ask that and they come back with, oh, they come, not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but there's some sappy story about, oh, my dog did this and it really inspired me to do this, and then I got into this going down this route, but half the time it always ends up being something along the lines of like, well, the money's great, and I really need to do this to be able to do that. You know,
Money.
it's yeah. Don't get me wrong, money's great, and it's nice to have, you know, whatever your inspiration may be. But I always find it endearing when somebody says, "Well, it's the people that, you know, whether you buy it or not, just because you're a fan is what really drives me." It's stuff like that really gets to me.
Yeah.
I can agree with that because, I mean, dude, all this stuff. Are you asleep?
Who?
Hold on.
Cat.
No, I'm awake.
Oh, I thought I heard
swear
a.
I heard somebody
Yeah,
You hear
dude,
me
me
breathing?
too.
That's what it is.
I was about to say,
No,
this
I
man's
got
asleep.
a decayed septum, so that's why you hear me breathing the way I do.
Oh, okay. Did you,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you just get it?
I thought
Or-
somebody was sleeping.
No. I've already had my sleep. I'm wide awake.
Okay.
You woke him
man-
up.
This man fell asleep during the interview. We're that boring.
It's like,
No.
yeah, man, it's the fans and
It's the fans that keep me.
So I got this device in my nose that's helping with my breathing, and it's
Mhm.
called mutes, and it reduces my snoring, but it doesn't stop me from snoring, but it just put more air through my breathing to like try to help me out a little bit better.
hell,
Okay.
shoot me a link about that. My wife.
Oh,
would
yeah,
love it if
definitely.
I got that.
Definitely, I highly recommend it. I'll see the one that has like a sample pack 1st.
Mhm.
And that way you can figure out what size you want, and then you just go onto Amazon and order the correct size that you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Well,
my wife will thank you for that.
Oh, that's no
I
problem.
absolutely agree with both you guys because, you know, the money can just like, and we've always touched up on this probably the past 2 episodes, but y'all guys are gonna hear it again, but this time with video.
Oh my God, another one, and you can see it.
Yeah, but
See,
you know,
I'm
and
watching. I'm watching.
now you can see that we are sincere, and it's not just audio. But you know, we said this before, and we'll say it 1,000 times. We're not in this for the money. We are in this because, you know, we like doing it. And if this makes somebody's day better, then by all means, go for it. And that's what we aim to do. And, you know, money come and goes, but we're not in it for that. And now, since we joined Bearded Bear Entertainment, the money that we do make, if we do make any, it's all going to charity. So, I mean, we just like doing this. And that's really how it is.
It's like I've told Jay before. This time last year, I was in a horrible place. But since we started doing this, like the time it's taken me to learn to edit audio and now video, just talking to Jay, getting everything set up so we can do, you know, the episodes, I've done damn near a 180. Like I'm not as depressed as I was. My anxiety's gone down a lot. Like, yeah, it's up right now because it's the first time we've done video, but it's a good anxiety. It's like
you can tell I'm used to doing video because of like live streaming and everything else. So
yeah, exactly.
He's over here looking like Ozzy Osbourne.
And to go off of what he says, yeah, whenever we start doing like a Patreon or whatever for the show, most of the money will be going to charity because the Bearded Bear Entertainment that we're under now is a non-profit organization in Mississippi. So most of the money will go to that. Now we will keep some to upgrade the show, like for StreamYard or, you know, whatever else we do to get the word out and to get things spread. But yeah, we are definitely all in on giving back because, I mean, like we said earlier, in all honesty, I didn't expect to get this far.
Oh yeah.
Like we just hit, and I know this ain't huge numbers to a lot of people, but we just hit 500 total plays on our Spotify.
Wow.
So
we'll take it.
Yeah, and we started this.
Congrats on that. Seriously.
Thank you.
Thank you. We started this. We put out our first episode April 1st.
Yep.
So we ain't even hit 2 months yet.
Yep. And it's like we went to Anime Fest and I introduced, because I knew Bear and them. I knew his wife, and because I've met them like a couple years back over at Comic-Con, the Mississippi Con. Mm-hmm. We were at Anime Fest. I'm like, hey, dude, you should meet these guys. So we went up there. I introduced Bear to Tank and all that stuff. And then as we're walking off, I look at him. I'm like, you wanna start a podcast? He's like, sure.
Ta-da!
And here you are today.
Yeah. It's been a blast.
Oh yeah, it looks like you guys are actually having a blast doing this. So I'm glad to hear that it's definitely been a game changer for all of you.
Yeah. It's kept me busy, which is nice because I don't like being bored. And it's like I've learned a lot of stuff, like editing audio and video and everything. So it's a plus.
Yeah.
Well,
keep that drive going, man.
Oh yeah.
absolutely. So Tank, do you have anything else to say?
Man, no, I think I'm good now.
All right, Kaz, do you want to shout out your socials? That way people can follow you just in case.
Sure. You can just send me a friend request on Facebook because their algorithm is terrible. When it comes to fan pages, of course. But you can look me up as Frederick B. Roseman on Facebook and just send me a friend request, and that way we can just stay in connection with like all my artwork. Instagram, you can find me under KAZ_M_studios. Twitter, you can go at KAZM Studios. Of course, there's also my TikTok, and I as much as but anyway, there's also TikTok. I mean, I'm not trying to rip it on anything. It's just TikTok. There's also that. But you can definitely just go to my website, and I'll send you guys a link to my website, and that just has all my social media.
Now, I do have one final question. I just thought of this. Now, we've had a great time so far. Mm-hmm. Now, end all be all, are you going to follow us? Are you going to have a permanent spot on the hesitation station?
Sure, that's a good question. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll be looking out for it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we do appreciate y'all coming by. We hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We hope you guys check out his socials or Kaz socials. God, I cannot get his name right. I'm so sorry.
You just suck with words.
I do. So go check out his socials. Go check out his page. He's a great artist. He is a good dude. We have known him for a long time. He will definitely not cheat you over if you have anything that you want drawn. So remember to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And we hope to see you next episode.
And help us get to 1,000 plays.
Attention passengers, this is your conductor speaking. We are departing the hesitation station. Please stand clear of the closing doors.